Good morning and welcome to Sweet Home, California. My name is Jennifer and I am trying to turn over a new leaf, or at least grow one. A new leaf, that is. I have talked to you several times before about how much of a brown thumb I have, and as evidence, let me share with you my past experiment. Yes, this is the graveyard of my container garden from last year. They were doing well. My mother helped me set them up in about February of last year, and they were going well all the way up until probably around May of last year. And then we had to leave for a weekend. I had a neighbor who was taking care of the dogs, but I forgot to say, hey, can you make sure that these plants get watered? So it didn't take long. They died. I could not revive them. A couple of them I was able to revive, but then we had another day or two that I forgot to water them and they died. So anyhow, I am trying again here. And some things that I told you before that I thought did well. The one thing that kind of survived that debacle last year was green onion. And so if the thing that wound up finally killing my last green onion plants was that I took it off of here. This is a little bit higher, little barbecue patio area, and I put it out in the sun back there behind me on a table that's no longer there by where those chairs were. And the dogs decided they like green onion, and so then they ate it all up and it was gone. But this is really easy to grow because all you need to do is you buy the 99-cent stock. At least it was 99 cents the last time I bought it. That still hadn't really gone up in price yet. You buy that and you chop it up, like you're going to use it anyway, but you keep the last little inch or so, and then you stick that in the water, and in this has been probably about a week or so, maybe a little bit more, then it starts growing like that. Well, there's some brown in there too. That's some coffee grounds. I hear coffee grounds is good for putting in your soil, so I thought, let's put it in the water. I don't know if that was good or bad or not. Anyhow, I'm going to transplant those now into one of these Dollar Tree dollar buckets. They're probably $1.25 now. But the one thing, my mom helped set me up with this. So this is not just topsoil, it's topsoil and some peat moss, and I think there was one other thing. I'll have to call her up and ask her what it was. But then the other thing that you have to do is make sure you put some holes in the bottom of it, because when you water it, even out here in the desert, if you overwater it, then that's a bad thing too. So you want to be able to allow it to drain. Okay, so I'm going to put those in there. Here's the other thing that I'm starting to grow, and my mom will be happy to see this. Hi, Mom. Thank you for reminding me that I had it. This is a chocolate mint plant. And so she's been growing this over in Maryland, and she sent this plant home with me when I visited her for my daughter's graduation. And I put that in the soil here a couple days ago. And so anyhow, I was trying to grow back to the light now. So I planted it in a direction where it was facing that way, and now it's starting to come back up this way. And I'm hoping that it will kind of be the type of a plant that'll just kind of take over everything, and that it'll just grow a lot. I have in my I call it my inner sanctum. So we have a larger yard and that's fenced in, and then we have a smaller backyard that's fenced in as well, and we call this the inner sanctum because it's got like a privacy slats. You can see that behind me. Privacy slats, and it's also very pretty. The previous owners planted rose bushes and some other plants back there, and the only reason why I haven't killed those is because I know how to program an automatic timer for irrigation. So luckily those have been kept alive, and my mother-in-law does a great job of keeping them pruned and weeding the area and everything. But there's something else that they had planted here that was a spearmint plant. So this is a chocolate mint plant, and then I have spearmint planted over there as well, and it just kind of grows underneath the rose bushes all over the place. Anyhow, I decided to take some of that and dehydrate it And I then took my uh, one of those grinder things. What is it called? You make fruit smoothies, and I ground my coffee beans with it, and I just totally have a blank for what it is called. It's not a bullet. It's a bullet. So I put it in my bullet grinder, and then I'm going to use this. I can use that for tea or anything else that calls for mint as a spearmint. But anyhow, I have made tea with this before last year, and I'm going to be trying to be more intentional about harvesting the leaves because so much of it just dies there. If you don't do anything with it. So while it's still green, pick it up, make sure it's thoroughly washed because the dogs are back here. Thoroughly wash it, dry it, and then I will preserve it here. And I have this sealed, so vacuum sealed it, so it should stay fresh longer. I know that there are ways that you can also turn mint into, what do you call it, extract that involves alcohol. That I've not tried doing before, but maybe I will try and do that and see how that works, because then I can add that to my coffee creamer, because right now I buy the coffee creamer from the store, and sometimes it's not there. I'd really like to learn how to be able to make that myself, maybe with some condensed milk and some mint extract and things like that. If any of you have any experience with that, let me know in the comments below. And I appreciate you watching, and good luck. Let me know how your gardening is going, especially if you're new at this like I am, and we can journey on this together. Anyhow, God bless. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.